This is the golden-eyed damsel. The hook. Dress the hook. The thread. 3-part tail. A little bit of midge flash. Eye stub brown olive for the body and the tail. Tie in the pheasant rump. Snip the excess. Tie in some of that midge flash. Now you want to bunch your eye stub. Don't shred it, but lightly pull it till it's all aligned. Once it's aligned, you want to rotate it and twist it till it looks kind of like that, and then we'll tie it in. So made a little noodle of that, and we're just going to tie it in, and that'll become part of the body and part of the tail. Should look something like that, and then we're just going to take it, start to wrap this up here, and we'll put our hackle pliers on that. Then we'll put our segments in, and your yarn thread can wrap kind of flat or tie. It doesn't matter, you kind of decide how you want those segments to look. This is an earring pin, comes out of like one of those kits to make your own earrings. Just a soft wire. We're just going to take it and wrap it in and pull figure eights around it until we build a nice little hammerhead shaped head. Starts to come in a little bit nicer. You just keep working it around and leaving a little bit of room up here on the front for whip finishing a little bit later on. Then you want to check underneath, and you'll see that it's still a little bit bald, so you need to pull the wraps across the underneath side too. So make sure you start getting these cross wrapped to kind of build it so it will coat that head in both directions. So once I get to this point, I like to kind of push this, and I'll rotate it through, and we'll just get it kind of pushed until I get it short. I think I like my eyes about that long. And then we'll come in here with Jones Way and cut that other eyeball off of there. I cut it a little bit long on that, but that's okay. I don't know if the fish are counting how long the eyes are sticking out. So the next step is we're going to take this little noodle, and we're going to come over one of the eyes, around the front, back over one of the eyes again, back up through. You kind of get the idea. You can kind of build this head up just a little bit. And once you get enough of it pulled up and around, you can take and wrap it back behind that head there. That's going to kind of build out that little head for you. I still don't like how shallow my eyes ended up, so you can go cut them. You can add some glue to them. You can get a little creative there. That's kind of the idea. Now I'm going to whip finish this right over the eyes, right back there behind the head. Just a 3 or 4 turn whip finish. Add a couple of those. If you go look at pictures of the internet, you always see the neck right here is a little bit skinnier on a damsel fly. Now this fly pattern, you could fish it just like this. Maybe put a couple drops on the glue eye, but I like to actually add some legs to it, and that takes a lot more work, but I'll show you what that looks like. I like the golden charcoal spriggle for the legs. I feel like it's got just a lot of buggy goldy shine to it. Lift up what's left of our wing case there, and then tie in a small piece of the spriggle, and you can kind of decide how you want this to go and how you want it to look, but try to keep a skinnier area up here by the neck right there. And then it should get just a little bit fatter here, and you can use hackle pliers, just whatever you have at your disposal, I guess, really. It's easy enough to just kind of pull this stuff around, and you kind of have to be the judge of how much or how little of it you want. and just don't let it all tie down so flat that you don't have any feet. So let me show you what that looks like. You want to try to make sure the legs are still sticking out here and there. Then of course we need to cut this little extra piece off. So again, now at this point you could also finish the fly, just a couple whip finishes there. But I do like to tie a little bit of the wing case back over the back of it like that. So we just make another little noodle. We'll set it on here and just nicely tie it in, just like that. Add an extra little whip finish on that, just to keep everything nice and tight and locked down. So now you got two options on this fly. You can trim this, which you probably should anyways, no matter what you're doing here. You could also try and blend it. Now, what's interesting is you can come back here and make a little bit more of a thorax and wrap that, or you can blend brush it. So this one, I brought the thread back and then I did a little whip finish back here to finish it up. Then I put a couple drops of UV glue on it. I think with this one I'm just going to take, and let's see what it looks like when we blend this out. And we'll just, oh, I pulled it all the way out. Well, start back over. We'll start further up on the noodle again and add it back in. Okay, got the noodle re-pulled again. We'll fold it up and over. We're going to half it this time. There we go. Let me put a couple whip finishes in that. I'm just going to tie that off and comb blend that back in. And that should fish pretty nice. I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Let's go ahead and comb that back a little bit. See what we can get out of there. Blend that tail up nice. You might have to get it out of the vise here to get some of that bar out of the way. Nice little fly pattern there. Honestly, this fly pattern has never been tested, so I can't tell you if it'll catch a trout. It's one I'd like to try in the spring though. I fished these colors and these color combos as like a leech tie off, but never tried to make it more of a exact, if you could call it that, replica of with more detail for like a damsel head. But I think this will kind of imitate them, you know, emerging and that kind of stuff, and it'll be prone to losing some of this wing case emulator back here. Anyways, fun little pattern, something to try new, and definitely if we're catching some fish on this, we'll show that off here in the spring soon to come. Thanks for watching.